138 for 4. Is it enough?
Afternoon, everybody. Ian Danter with you here on TalkSport in the UK and around the world on Channel 2 Cricket Radio. Those supporters in the Archbishop Tension School roof of holding up the individual letters of Pakistan, no doubt where their loyalties lie, in the cheap seats. And we are underway with Rohit Sharma about to face the first ball from the returning Mohammad Amir from the pavilion end. Outside off stump, but a thick inside edge, just squirted out in front of the batsman. No run taken, and Amir back in the side after the back spasm that saw him sit out the semi-final win against England. Pakistan have just set the second highest the first ball from the returning in ODI history they've ever managed against India in 338. We've got a proper game on here, Bumble. Proper game on.
Well, it's a great pitch, and just a reminder that India won the toss and decided to field first. They'd have wanted a chase. They've got one.
And Rohit and Dhawan are the openers. Rohit Sharma facing. In comes Amir, left arm over the wicket, and that just goes straight through to the wicket keeper. Rohit Sharma leaves that well alone. 91, 78, 12 and 123 not out here
wanted a chase. They've got
against
one.
Bangladesh in the semi-final for Rohit Sharma. And Rohit and Dhawan, champions trophy 4 years ago, is Sharma facing. In comes Amir,
where he
left
opened
arm
and flourished as an Indian batsman. Rohit
just
Sharma
goes straight through to the wicket keeper.
The sheer quality.
Rohit Sharma leaves that well alone. 91, 78, 12 and 123 not out here
wanted a chase. They've got
against
one.
Bangladesh in the semi-final for Rohit Sharma.
Very still,
and he's caught in front. LBW is out. Champions trophy 4 years ago,
Mohammad
Amir has struck with the third ball of the Indian reply, and Rohit Sharma goes back to the pavilion without troubling the scorers. LBW then talking about whether to review it in the middle between Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan. They haven't got long to make their minds up, and LBW is out. They will not review it. Mohammad Amir, Pakistan with the third wicket in the Indian reply, and Rohit Sharma goes back to the pavilion without troubling the scorers. LBW then talking about whether to review it in the middle between Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan. They haven't got long to make their minds up, and LBW is out. They will not review it. Mohammad Amir, Pakistan with the third wicket in the Indian reply, and Rohit Sharma goes back to the pavilion without troubling the scorers. LBW then talking about whether to review it in the middle between Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan. They haven't got long to make their minds up, and LBW is out. Rohit Sharma goes back to the pavilion without troubling the scorers. LBW then talking about whether to review it in the middle between Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan. They haven't got long to make their minds up, and LBW is out. Rohit Sharma goes back to the pavilion without troubling the scorers. LBW then talking about whether to review it in the middle between Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan. Changing position. It's kind of the way Virat Kohli is. Now he's got to concentrate. Before Amir continues.
Should be all over him, in his ear. What have you got, big lad? What have you got?
2 slips in for him. 3 men. Third man, and 2 men on the leg side saving a single. Amir comes in to bowl his first ball to Kohli. Outside off stump and just missed. Through to Sarfaraz. And it was a nervous shot from Virat Kohli. Slanted across him by Amir. Through to the wicket keeper, and there's no run.
Well, just that first delivery, it's 145k. The majority of the Pakistan fielders, I just said, get all over
Virat Kohli is.
They've gone
now
all
he's got to
over him.
Amir continues.
Should be all over him.
Great anticipation
in his
this
ear.
first over.
What have you got, big lad?
The Indian
what
reply.
Have you got?
Amir up to
2
the wicket,
slips
bowls to Kohli. Lovely straight. Short mid off, and 2 men, and Kohli has
on the
to
leg
stay
side,
at home.
saving
No
a
run.
single.
Amir
Well, look at this. This is a diving
comes
stop
in to
at
bowl his
mid-off.
first ball to
1-2.
Kohli. Well defended in the end by Shikhar Dhawan. There's no run. Lots of chatter. You're going to shabash out there. Well done, well done. Sarfaraz Well defended in the end by Shikhar Dhawan. There's no run.
Cheerleader.
Lots of chatting in the shabash out there. Well done, well done.
Spread bet. How many shabash
Sarfaraz
today?
Well defended in the end by Shikhar Dhawan. There's no run.
Particularly the way they started.
Lots of chatting in the shabash.
Junaid
out there. Well done, well done.
Over the wicket to
Sarfaraz.
Shikhar Dhawan just bounces up
and down. Well defended in the end by Shikhar Dhawan. There's no run.
Particularly the way they started.
Lots of chatting in the shabash. Out there. Well done, well done.
Over the wicket to
Sarfaraz.
just bounces up and
Well
down.
defended in the end by Shikhar Dhawan. There's no run.
Particularly the way they started.
Lots of chatting in the shabash. Out there. Well done, well done.
Over the wicket to
Sarfaraz.
reminds me of
Well defended in the end by Shikhar Dhawan. There's no run. Particularly the way they started. Lots of chatting in the shabash. Out there. Well done, well done. Over the wicket to Sarfaraz.
reminds me of
Well defended in the end by Shikhar Dhawan. There's no run. Particularly the way they started. Lots of chatting in the shabash. Out there. Well done, well done. Over the wicket to Sarfaraz. Well defended in the end by Shikhar Dhawan. There's no run. Particularly the way they started. Lots of chatting in the shabash. Out there. Well done, well done. Over the wicket to Sarfaraz. Well defended in the end by Shikhar Dhawan. There's no run. Particularly the way they started. Lots of chatting in the shabash. Out there. Well done, well done. Over the wicket to Sarfaraz. Well defended in the end by Shikhar Dhawan. There's no run. Particularly the way
hottest ticket in town on a hot day.
they started. Lots of chatting in the shabash. Out there. Well done, well done. Over the wicket to Sarfaraz. Well defended in the end by Shikhar Dhawan. There's no run. Particularly the way
What can the other left armour do? Hottest ticket in town on a hot day.
they started. Lots of chatting in the shabash. Out there. Well done, well done. Over the wicket to Sarfaraz. Well defended in the end by Shikhar Dhawan. There's no run. Particularly the way
Over at decent pace.
Other left armour do.
He wants to pitch
Hottest
it
ticket
round
in town
about
on a
middle
hot
of
day.
they started. Lots of chatting in the shabash. Out there. Well done, well done. Over the wicket to Sarfaraz. Well defended in the end by Shikhar Dhawan. There's no run. Particularly the way
Going to be playing for
pace.
Lancashire
He
do
wants to
T20
pitch
Black
it round about
on a
middle
hot
of
day.
they started. Lots of chatting in the shabash. Out there. Well done, well done. Over the wicket to Sarfaraz. Well defended in the end by Shikhar Dhawan. There's no run. Particularly the way
Single playing for race down there. Armour do
wants to
T20
pitch
Black.
it round about
That's the
middle
end of the
of
second
day.
over.
Lots of chatting in the shabash. Out there. Well done, well done. Over the wicket to Sarfaraz. Well defended in the end by Shikhar Dhawan. There's no run. Particularly the way
Third ball, race down there. Armour do
wants to
T20
pitch
Black.
it round about
That's the
middle
end of
of
the
day.
second over.
Lots of chatting in the shabash. Out there. Well done, well done. Over the wicket to Sarfaraz. Well defended in the end by Shikhar Dhawan. There's no run. Particularly the way
Quality left
Ball,
arm
race
seamers.
down there. Armour do
Wants to
T20
pitch
Black.
it round about
That's
middle
the end of the
of
second
day.
over.
Lots of chatting in the shabash. Out there. Well done, well done. Over the wicket to Sarfaraz. Well defended in the end by Shikhar Dhawan. There's no run. Particularly the way
Quality left
Through
arm
back three
seamers.
points there. Armour do
Wants to
T20
pitch
Black.
it round about
That's
middle
the
of
end of the
day.
second over.
Lots of chatting in the shabash. Out there. Well done, well done. Over the wicket to Sarfaraz. Well defended in the end by Shikhar Dhawan. There's no run. Particularly the way
A fair amount of left arm seamers.
Lots of
Round about
chatting in the
middle of
shabash.
day.
Out there. Well done, well done. Over the wicket to Sarfaraz. Well defended in the end by Shikhar Dhawan. There's no run. Particularly the way
A fair amount of left arm seamers.
Lots of chatting in the shabash. Out there. Well done, well done. Over the wicket to Sarfaraz.
My goodness,
having dropped the third slip, and he's looking to walk this into the leg side. That's a kick outside edge, and he chips it off that outside edge to track with play. So that's holds on. India in patience.
The second in this ICC Champions Trophy, and he chips it. India's passing has been all about serene progress, very few wickets lost. And now getting to a stage
he steers in, he's gone a little bit wider because the right-handed Downey looked as though he was standing behind the wicketkeeper this time. He's gone to 1.5 seconds slip, but he is very close.
He is indeed. Wicketkeeper up to the crease, and Downey. Yuvraj Singh forward on an expensive drive. He's missed it.
It was a googly again. The wicketkeeper is a googly again. Just turned away from him. Second slip.
There was a little bit of turn there. He tossed it up. Shot up time. He's in again. This is a little flatter. There's a put for LB. It was a case of the batsman Yuvraj coming forward in defence. The question is, what did the ball hit first? Bat or pad? And they're going to go upstairs to have a look.
Shadab going pad. That's what he came down. He read his lips as he was coming down. He's 18-year-old. He's inexperienced. And he's going to the wicketkeeper who's captain. Pad.
What did the ball hit first? You can hear it's certainly a fair delivery. No doubt about the no ball. Let's have a look. This in slow motion.
He's 18-year-old.
Bat is coming forward, and I think that's hit the pad.
Yes, he was right. Whether it's outside the line is the big question here.
This is very, very close. Yuvraj Singh, all 300 one-day internationals to him, has been hit clearly in my eyes and Steve Harmison's on the pad before the ball has gone on to hit the bat, which is hidden behind Singh's leg.
It's umpire's call, remember, so anything is just outside of stump. I think this is out.
Pitching in line, impact in line, and the crowd will tell you Sir Clive Lloyd, I'm not sure, I think the last time you were on was during the mid-innings break, but have you been surprised by just how quickly this game has changed in Pakistan's favour?
Well,
The two batsmen for 63 for 5. Sir Clive Lloyd, I'm not sure, I think the last time you were on was during the mid-innings break, but Hassan Ali's in shortish delivery and it's left alone, and the bowler ends up on his backside. I think that's what they call in the biz an effort ball.
the problem about this guy too, he seems to be one of these
Hassan Ali's in shortish delivery and it's left alone, and the bowler ends up on his backside. I think that's what they call in the biz an effort ball.
You know, he looks sort of he expected.
Medium fast or fast medium? Medium fast. He's in again, slightly fuller and chopped straight back past the bowler who tries to fill but doesn't need to. Mid on called into things just to clean up. 63 for 5, no run.
Well, the thing is, you know, you put the side in.
He's in again, slightly fuller and chopped straight back past the bowler who tries to fill but doesn't need to. Mid on
After that transit,
into things just to clean up. 63 for 5, no run. Hassan is in good length delivery, which is played up towards mid-on again by Kader Jada. He's 5, Hardik Pandya 4 not out. A tinge of disappointment, we're not seeing good length delivery close to contest.
Yes,
Up towards mid-on again by Kader Jada. He's 5, Hardik Pandya 4 not out. A tinge of disappointment, we're not seeing good length delivery close to contest. Short again from Hassan, and Zadaf is happy to duck underneath that. 63 for 5.
Yes, and it does happen sometimes, but with a crowd here, you probably
Short again from Hassan, and Zadaf is happy to duck underneath that. 63 for 5.
But the point is that Pakistan is batted well, and they've bowled, and the fielding is improved today too.
Absolutely. Hassan, the last delivery of this over, and this is just flicked nonchalantly on the up through mid-wicket for 4. It's a good-looking shot from Jada. Absolutely. The scorer advances 67 for 5. This over, 16 overs in. And just a little reminder that we might have given this game a title to Pakistan, but Jada, Indian batsmen are still fancy. They can make names for themselves today. 67 for 5. This over, 16 overs in.
You realize that it's got to be a good
given this game a title to Pakistan, but Jada, Indian batsmen are still fancy. They can make names for themselves today.
This is a very good pitch, and it's unfortunate that India's lost so many really. They've got to be a good best players for all of it. Because 338, they probably would want to get a little closer or even win this game.
Absolutely.
So many
Watching them pull down Bangladesh's total the other day of 270 odds in 40 overs, 265 they had to chase down, and the feeling in the press box was that they could have chased 350, 360. Such was the dominance and brilliance of Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. 40 overs. Cliche, isn't it? To guide scoreboard pressure. This is drilled to extra cover. Another smart bit of fielding. No run, 67 for 5. Brilliance of Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. 40 overs. Cliche, isn't it? To guide scoreboard pressure. This is drilled to extra cover. Another smart bit of fielding. Shorter and so instantly Pandya picks the pocket by 62 fielders to point. And a shortish third man and away for another boundary. He moves to 8 and the score 70 left for 5 in the 17th over. Picks the pocket by 62 fielders to point.
and I think it's
Shortish third man
Henderson said it.
away for another This delivery from Shana Khan has just got a top edge which is blown up into the sky. 3 or 4 fielders converging. It was the captain that shouted the loudest, the man with the gloves, and the sixth wicket has fallen. India 72 for 6 now. Jadav's walking back to the pavilion. Pakistan now just 4 wickets away from becoming the 2017 Champions Trophy winners.
Well, the captain, he's done very well in the last couple of months. Done well in the West Indies. He won the one day. He's won the Test matches. And here now it looks like he's going to win the Champions Trophy. So he has done very well in the short spell that he's had as captain.
Done very well, Sarfaraz Khan behind the stumps, and the coach as well, Mickey Arthur. So plenty of credit will come their way, no doubts. But I just wonder, man of the match, Sir Clive, where's it going to go? Is it going to go to the Centurion, or is it going to go to the man who took 3 wickets at the top of the order, Mohammed Amir?
No, I think very well. I would want a short guy who would put them in that position. So he
done very well, Sarfaraz Khan behind the stumps,
enthusiastic,
and the coach as well, Mickey Arthur. So plenty of credit will come their way, no doubts. But I just wonder.
At the moment,
where's it going to
he's
go?
looming large as
Is it going to go to the Centurion,
man of the match.
or is it going to go to the man who took 874 runs? Mohammed Amir. That is the amount of runs. Rohit Sharma, Shikhar Dhawan, and Virat Kohli had scored in this tournament. Done very well, Sarfaraz Khan behind the stumps, and the coach as well, Mickey Arthur. So plenty of credit will come their way, no doubt. Played nicely by. I just wonder. To cover for a single and come back for a second. 874 runs. The numbers 1, 2, and 5 batsmen in terms of runs scored in the tournament. Famous triumvirate. That is the amount of runs. And Mohammed Amir got rid of all of them. Shikhar Dhawan and Virat Kohli scored 26 runs. Very well, Sarfaraz Khan behind the stumps, and the coach as well, Mickey Arthur. So plenty of credit will come their way, no doubt. Nicely by Ali. I just wonder. Short and cut by Panja. The race is on for the fielder at third man. The numbers are falling in, but not before Panja comes back for second. 74 for 6 in the 18th. Famous triumvirate. That is the amount of runs. Mohammed Amir got rid of all of them. He's got a hum. Virat Kohli scored around 6 runs. Very well, Sarfaraz Khan behind the stumps, and the coach as well, Mickey Arthur. So plenty of credit will come their way, no doubt. Nicely by Ali. I just wonder. Stood it pretty full about 20 minutes ago. Short again. It's an incredible shot from Panja. Who at the first glance looked like he was getting out the way of the ball, but when the ball didn't lift quite as much as he thought it would, got a hum. Around 6 runs. Very well, Sarfaraz Khan behind the stumps, and the coach as well, Mickey Arthur. So plenty of credit will come their way, no doubt. Nicely by Ali. I just wonder. Didn't lift quite as much as he thought it would. Very well, Sarfaraz Khan behind the stumps, and the coach as well, Mickey Arthur. So plenty of credit will come their way, no doubt. Nicely by Ali. I just wonder. Likely 339 for victory here at the Oval on Talk Sports and Cricket Radio. Final of the Champions Trophy. What a story this has been for a Pakistan side that, of course, to battle past the West Indies, they would make it to the very well, Sarfaraz Khan behind the stumps, and the coach as well, Mickey Arthur. So plenty of credit will come their way, no doubt. Nicely by Ali. I just wonder. Very well, Sarfaraz Khan behind the stumps, and the coach as well, Mickey Arthur. So plenty of credit will come their way, no doubt. Nicely by Ali. I just wonder. I'm sure if I'll be back. Sir Clive, after a quick word for you, because I will be replaced in the hot seat by Mark.
Well, the way things are going, it just might be a little bit of a
the stumps, and the coaching from the office, so plenty of credit will come their way, no doubt. I just wonder.
But I must say that Pakistan is in this, and they've got India here at 88 of the second.
Very well stopped by Scott, behind the stumps, and the coaching from the office, so plenty of credit will come their way, no doubt. I just wonder.
In their seats as Shadab comes in again, but this time it's a full swing of the bat over long on and into the second tier of the pavilion. Thank you very much indeed. That's the way he's going to go. Lovely shot there from Pandya, and once more the Pakistanis, wherever they come in, whatever they do. Steve Harmison was making this point earlier, Sir Clive. Everybody plays hard these days. There's no consolidation or thinking about that here. They're just going to go for it. He waits once more. Shadab comes in and bowls, and this time he's defensively forward, and he pushes it past the bowler, who fails to stop it. Mid-off as well, though, where I think just a little bit is Wasim, and he's gone. I think he's got shin pads on or something, but he's hurt himself. But could be a hamstring. Hope it isn't. Anyway, nothing much happened there. Just to check the field, he's changing now for the left-handed Jadeja, and there'll be the slip back in again. Backward point, extra cover, missed wicket. And this time it's really painful to watch. One of those innocuous things where you can injure yourself, Sir Clive, isn't it?
Yeah,
something to his left hamstring, I think.
I don't know. He probably just twisted his knee a little bit. I think he dived at the ball, sort of didn't get. Ewan's got a hand to it, but couldn't hold it. But it seemed to just hurt his. I don't know if it's his knee or his leg, actually.
Well, India 89 for 6. Shadab comes into bowl to Pandya, and it's just outside the off stump. They think about a quick single here, and they're not going to get there. Oh, Pandya. And once he was sent back, Pandya there, and he got himself back before wherever they come in, whatever they do. Steve Harmison was making this point earlier, not Sir Clive. I think they need to be doing everybody it. Plays hard these days. There's no consolidation or thinking about that here. They're just going to go for it. He waits once more. Shadab comes in and bowls, and this time he's defensively forward, and he pushes it past the bowler, who fails to stop. A little bit. Now for the left-handed Jadeja, and there'll be the slip back in again. Backward point, extra cover. Pakistan really dominated from the moment they lost the toss. 38 for 4. This time it's really, I know that painful to watch. One of those innocuous things where you can injure yourself, particularly with that early Clive, isn't it?
Yeah,
something to his left hamstring.
I don't know. He probably just twisted his knee a little bit. I think he dived at the ball, sort of didn't get. Ewan's got a hand to it, but couldn't hold it. But it seemed to first they had to get a really good toe, and actually. And I'm sure India
comes into such
a large total. But
they think about a quick single here, and they're not going to get there. Oh, Pandya. He was sent back, Pandya there, and he got himself back wherever they come in, whatever they do. Steve Harmison was making this point earlier, not Sir Clive. Everybody plays hard these days. There's no consolidation thinking about that here. They're just going to go for it. He waits once more. Shadab comes in and bowls, and this time he's defensively forward, and he pushes it past the ball, and he fails to stop. To be just slightly tweaked his knee. Just something fielding in the last over. It's definitely his left point. He's a left arm, so it'll be 38 for 4. He follows through with, and he's had the physio out. Innocuous things where you can injure yourself. Got a mid-wicket survivors.
Yeah, he's
something to his left hamstring.
probably just off the knee a little bit. He dived at the ball, didn't get Ewan's got a hand could have realised what was back first. They had to get a really good tool, and but I'm sure India did such a large tool.
You'll stop and they think about a quick single here, and they're not going to get there. Oh, Pandya. He was sent back Pandya there, and he got himself back wherever they come in, whatever they everybody plays hard. Should comes in bowl. So this is defensive. And he pushes it past the ball and fails to stop. Fielding in this is definitely his left wing arms recovered. Follows through with, and physio out. Innocuous things really is in trouble. He's into his left hamstring. Stretching it off the nose, he dived at the ball through there. Didn't get we can have another. In fact, I don't think he's going to finish the over here because the Pakistan captain felt down the wicket. Sarfraz comes into such a large tool. Stop and they think about a quick single here, and they're not going to get there. Oh, Pandya. He was sent back Pandya there, and he got himself back wherever they come. Everybody plays hard.
I think he's going off, and but I think they can get it because he's injured on field, so they will be. The man is going to come on to finish the over.
This is should comes in bowl. So this is defensive. And he pushes it past the ball and fails to stop.
Who batted really well today. Fielding is definitely his left wing arms recovered. As you go today now with this situation with India 92 for 6, needing another 247 from 100. It is Saman from the Foxball then, and he bowls to Pandya, who just strokes it and drives it through the offside for a single, down 2 long off, and that's where the physio out. So what have we got to go? Just 2 more deliveries from Zaman to complete this over. Comes fielded at mid-wicket, no run. Jadeja, just the latest man in. Last ball of this over then. Zaman comes in and bowls, and Jadeja tries to tickle him round the corner. It's good fielding there, and he's stretching over 93 to 6. 20 over is gone. Getting 339 to another 246 from 100. In fact, I don't think he's even going to finish the over. 27
Stop and they think about a quick single here, they're not going to get there. Oh, Pandya. He was sent back Pandya there, and he got himself back wherever they come. Everybody plays hard.
An outstanding performance by them because I think they can get it. Give them because he's injured on field in this competition.
The man is going to come on to finish the over.
Extremely well.
This is should comes in bowl. So this is defensive. And he pushes it past the ball and fails to stop.
A solid platform when they were batting. Whereas India well today went really hard from the start. It's definitely left wing arms recovered. That was coming again for a situation with India involving 92 for 6. Driven beautifully straight down the ground. Again, 1. He bowls to Pandya, who just strokes it and drives it through the offside for a single, down to 90 long 4. For 6, getting the physio out. You can hear yourself think here today. The atmosphere has been. Radio is gone. Getting 300. Another 206 from
What was set back hand here there, and he got it back to wherever they tried. Everybody plays hard.
Bowls, I think they can get it. Good drive, in fact it's gone right through the man at extra cover. The man is going to come on to finish the over. So he's on.
Should have gone balls.
When they were batting. Whereas hit really well today. It's really situation with India involving 92-6. Beautiful straight down the ground. They get one. He bowls to Panga. I think it's more. It's not. Suddenly I'm in my world. Suddenly it's Bumble. Bumble, where did you come from? I was absolutely in the zone. I still am, actually. When I got to goal, the ball's on short, cut, smash through extra cover, and that's a lovely shot to floor. He stands there with his left hand up, hitting the thing in.
What was set back hand here there, and he got it back to wherever they tried. Everybody plays hard.
Point off, he's led on the floor.
They've had all sorts of injuries in the last few moments. He's got a physio, hasn't he? Back through the man at extra cover. The man is going to come on to finish the over. Panjir again just goes back to the direction of the ball. This time I think it is with Amir, Mohammed Amir. I don't know whether he's going to come back on again. But David at Father's Day, one of your fans has posted the most amazing black and white picture of you. I don't know whether you're on the exercise bench, the rowing machine, and why on earth is it that ground?
I don't know either, and where she's got it from, that's my daughter.
It's not. Suddenly I'm in my world. Suddenly it's Bumble.
Black and white.
Bumble, where did you come from?
It's anything but good.
Absolutely in the zone. I still am, actually. When I got to goal, the ball's on short, cut, smash through extra cover, and that's a lovely shot to floor. He stands there with his left hand up, hitting the thing in.
What was set back hand here there, and he got it back to wherever they tried. Everybody plays hard.
Point off, he's led on the floor.
They've had all sorts of injuries in the last few moments. He's got a physio, hasn't he? Back through the man at extra cover. The man is going to come on to finish the goal. Panjir again just goes back to the direction of the ball. What did they do in India? Let's get back to the reality of the situation. Come back on again. But
David builds his partnership. He's 31 from 27. Not had any partnerships, of course, in 103 for 6, but we've just got one going now. Social media will show you that Indian spectators are streaming into the ground. I don't know either, and where she's got it from, that's my daughter.
It's not. Suddenly I'm in my world. Suddenly it's Bumble.
Black and white.
Bumble, where did you come from?
It's anything but good.
I still am, actually. When I got to goal, the ball's on short, cut, smash through extra cover, and that's a lovely shot to floor. He stands there with his left hand
What was set back hand here there, and he got it back to wherever they tried. Everybody plays hard.
Led on the floor.
They've had all sorts of injuries in the last few moments. He's got a physio, the man is going to come on to finish the goal. Panjir again just goes back to
We've seen Hamid Amir having treatment down on the boundary, and I've been watching him in his fielding position, and he's been stretching. I wonder how he is. If he can just stay in this game, it's a tall order, 234. Of course, it's 103 for 68. Required rate is 4.36. Outfield is streaming into the ground.
Once more with his leg spin, and this one is into the gap over his wicket. It's going to go all the way and clear the ropes, and another six. And this is the man who's really leading the fight back, isn't it? He's moved on to 42, and while he's there and they can hold on, and suddenly some of those Indian fans who left the ground will be thinking, why have we gone? Are we suddenly going to see some sort of a revival, a little bit of a revival at that stage? Good shot.
You can come back into the game. This is not over. Partnership 45 and 32. Watching him in his position, and he's been stretching. I wonder how he is. It's a tall order, 234. Of course, it's 103 for 68. Outfield is streaming into the ground.
Once more with his leg spin, and this one is into the gap over his wicket. It's going to go all the way and clear the ropes, and another six. And this is the man who's really leading the fight. 50. Bangor is 54 for just 4 and suddenly some of those Indian fans who left the ground will be thinking, why have we gone? Are we suddenly going to see some sort of a revival, a little bit of a revival at that stage? Good shot. Four runs, and suddenly we're seeing Panja open his shoulders completely and just get on with it. He's not worried that they're only got 4 wickets. That's a perfect 58 he moves on to. And the young man Shadad again. 2 for 55 from 5 overs, and this is another his leg spin. This one is into the it's going to go all the way and clear the ropes. Another six. This is really Bangor is 50 for just 4.
These guys
suddenly we're seeing Panja open his shoulders completely. He's not worried that they're only got 4 wickets. And the young man Shadad again. 2 for 55 overs, and this is another his leg spin. This one is into the it's going to go all the way and clear the ropes. Another six. This is really
What was that?
Suddenly we're seeing Hanja opening his shoulders. He's not It's a fuller one, and this time it's the chip. There's absolutely no chance for the fielder down here as well as it goes into the crowd, and suddenly the Indian fans down there away once more. And Paddy in the 60s on the centre, the Indian need a ball for 145, so the Royals will move into 146.
And here's the key here, 70 from 42, 4 balls, 5 sixes. Checking the spinners to the cleaners here. There's got to be a response. Drinks come on certainly for the batsmen, not for everybody else on the field, but the response has got to be bring one of your quicks back, bring one of your switch bowlers. It's checking the spinners to the cleaners, hitting them out of the ground. 6 sixes. He's hit so far. Real damage now to Pakistan. It's a replay.
But right now, Pandya has injected a lot of impetus into this Indian innings. Just over the high stage now. Talk sport in the UK around the world. Trying to Australia, to South Africa, to Sri Lanka, to the USA, and of course to Pakistan and India. Passanelli coming in from the pavilion to bowl,
Pakistan